welcome to my very first YouTube vlog. This is very, very different to me, so please be nice to me. So today is such an exciting day. We have hit 60 days out from our trip, which means it is advanced dining reservations day today. So it felt like the perfect time for us to properly start documenting this trip and to officially kick off the countdown, even though our countdown started 367 days ago. So we are really, really excited. So if you are new here, which most of you will be, I know I am, my name's April. I am 1/5 of Joyce Disney Diaries, along with my husband Richy, my two daughters Minnie and Lucy, and our little boy Thomas. So we have got this YouTube channel, and we have also got our Instagram, Joyce Disney Diaries, purely because I think everybody was kind of getting mind boggled with all of the Disney stuff that I was putting on my Facebook. So I thought, why not just create one place to store it all? And that is where Joyce Disney Diaries was born. So we are from the Highlands of Scotland, just outside Inverness. So we are true Northern Scotland people. I do have a little bit of a Geordie accent from living in the northeast of England for 15 years. And we love going to Disney. That is why we're here. We can see my ears. We are Disney fanatics. That is where we choose to go on our vacations every year. So this vlog today will just be a little bit about me chatting through our upcoming trip. I'll cover a little bit about the Disney Vacation Club, which we're a part of, and I'll go over our plans for our upcoming trip, and also advanced dining reservations, which I did this morning at 11 o'clock. So, we have been going to Disney since 2023. We did originally plan to go in 2020, however, COVID happened and that kind of put a stumbling block on that as we had to keep postponing, and we eventually made it in 2023. Myself, Richy and the girls went for 2 weeks and we stayed at All Star Music, which I absolutely love that resort. All Star Music is one of Disney's value resorts, but if you like kind of hit you in the face Disney, the All Star resorts are amazing. There's 3 of them: sports, movies and music. Then you have the likes of Art of Animation and Pop Century, which again, the Disney theming is very, you're in a Disney resort if you're staying in one of those. So we did 2 weeks at All Star Music. We then went in 2024, just myself and Richy, for our 10-year wedding anniversary. And that was when we became Disney Vacation Club owners. Now, if you don't know much about Disney Vacation Club, Disney Vacation Club, or DVC, is Disney's version of a timeshare where you purchase a contract of points and you can exchange those points for stays at DVC resorts. So we are owners at the Riviera, and we stayed at the Riviera in September last year for 3 nights in the Tower Studios, and it was just gorgeous, absolutely stunning. So this trip that we are going on in September, we are staying at a DVC resort. Now, last June, when we took the girls and Thomas and my mother-in-law, we stayed at Animal Kingdom at Kidani Village, which is just beautiful. It is such a nice resort. The theming is incredible. We had a partial Savannah view and it was just gorgeous. So when we booked our trip for this year, we did have in the back of the mind to stay at Kidani again, but there was no availability. So we did originally book 2 weeks at the Riviera, and then we managed to get the second week at Animal Kingdom, and then the first week also came up. So we are lucky enough to be staying at Kidani Village for 2 weeks in a one bedroom villa. So we booked that with our DVC points, and we absolutely love it. I mean, the flexibility of being able to use the DVC points is just great. The point price and the point value varies throughout the year depending on what period you want to go. August to September is really, really good. The first week of December is usually good for point value. But we really like to go in August and September for the Halloween period. So let's get into our actual trip. Let's have a look at what we have got planned. Now, I've got my faithful iPad beside me so I can go through our itinerary. So we are travelling on the 1st of September. Now, with us being up in the north of Scotland in Inverness, we only really have Inverness Airport to go from. Usually we would drive down to Manchester and fly out of Manchester Airport, which is between a 7 and an 8 hour drive. We would usually drive down the night before, stop over, and then fly out the next day. But what we did find with going from Manchester this year was, because of Aer Lingus pulling out of Manchester Airport, the prices for Virgin just absolutely skyrocketed. That combined with the trek of the trip down and back, which if you've done that drive from Manchester up here after 2 weeks in Florida, you are absolutely exhausted, and the last thing you want to be doing is getting in a car for that amount of time. So what we looked at was the possibility of flying out of Heathrow Airport. So that would have involved flying from up here down to Heathrow and then flying out from Heathrow, and that's the plan we've gone with. So on the 1st of September we will be flying from up here down to Heathrow, and we will be staying overnight at the Radisson Red and then flying out on the morning of the 2nd from Heathrow. Now, usually we fly into either Orlando International or we have flown into Melbourne before. But we also found with the points that it was actually better to fly into Tampa. I should have really mentioned, when I'm referring to points, what I mean by that is Virgin points. So we play the points game. We collect and build Virgin points throughout the year. For example, we shop at Tesco quite frequently and we convert our club card points into Virgin points, and you can exchange them for flights. And then what you can do with that is pay the taxes and you get really good flights. So for the 5 of us to fly out of Heathrow to Tampa, it was 75,000 points, and the cash value we had to pay was £700. So all in all, it worked out at just over £1,000 for our flights to Tampa and back. We did purchase, I think it was 43,000 points in the point sale for 270 odd pounds. So it worked out very, very cheap for a family of 5 to fly over there, which was absolutely perfect. We've also put a bid for an upgrade in to upgrade into Economy Delight. Me and Richy flew Economy Delight last September and it was brilliant. So that takes us to Travel Day. Now we have got the afternoon flight out of Heathrow. Our flight is round about 1 o'clock. So we will get into Tampa at 5:30ish, which it's an hour and a half from Tampa down to Orlando, but it's no different than going from Melbourne into Orlando. So we have hired a car. We started hiring cars when me and Richy went in 2024, and since then we couldn't imagine doing a trip over there without a car. It's just so much easier. You don't need to rely on Ubers. You can just literally get up and go wherever you want to go, which is absolutely fantastic. So we have hired a car. We've hired a 7-seater minivan, I think it is, which is fantastic. We had one of them last June and it was brilliant. The kids had loads of room, it fit all the baggage in. It was quite cheap for fuel, so it was great. So when we get there, we do have that drive from Tampa down to Orlando, and we might call it Target or Walmart on the way to grab some essentials like water and cereal, little bits to have in the room. We do have a Disney Vacation Club owner's locker, which is getting dropped off at the resort on that night. Now, if you're unfamiliar with owner's lockers, an owner's locker is a container that you can have over in America, and we pay a monthly price for it, and it means we can leave things such as sun cream, fans, We've got coffee in there. Because we go quite frequently, we use it quite a lot, and it means we don't have to cart things backwards and forwards every year. So our owner's locker will be at Kidani when we get there. We have also hired a stroller for Thomas. Thomas is only 4, so his legs get quite tired. So we've hired a stroller from Kingdom Strollers for 2 weeks, it's brilliant. We had that last June, and Thomas had got to the stage where he knew when he wanted to get in his stroller and go to sleep. And it was great for storing all of the water bottles and the fans and things in. So on our first day, we always, as tradition, we go to Magic Kingdom. We always like to do Crystal Palace breakfast on the first day. So today in advanced dining reservations, that was my first thing I wanted to book. So I managed to get a Crystal Palace breakfast booking for 9:15, which is brilliant. It means we can get into the park early, we can go and get pictures at the castle, and then go and have breakfast. Most of that first day we're planning to stay at Magic Kingdom. We will probably take a break during the day, go back to the resort, chill by the pool, just when the heat really peaks during the day. If you've been in Florida in August, September, it gets quite hot, especially between 1 and 3 o'clock. You normally have the afternoon thunderstorms and the sideways rain, as I like to call it. So just chilling back at the resort for a couple of hours will be great. And then we'll probably come back into Magic Kingdom and watch fireworks. We have then got Epcot planned for the day after. Epcot is my favourite park. I absolutely love Epcot. I think that feeling you get when you walk into Epcot, when you can see the Epcot ball and there's the music playing, and it's just magical. We are big foodies. We like our food. We like all the different drinks you can try. So Epcot for us is one of our, well, it's definitely my favourite park. So we're going there on the second day. I did book a cake bake shop over at the Boardwalk reservation. We went there last June for Lucy's birthday, and it was one of the ones that we decided we wanted to do on this trip. So I used Mouse Table and booked a reservation. I think it was about a month and a half ago, and I booked my reservation through them. So we have dinner booked at the cake bake shop that day. The following day, which is our day 3, we're going to be staying at cancel that, what am I saying, we're going to be rope dropping Animal Kingdom. We love rope dropping Animal Kingdom. It's really nice to go in. You can get some really, really nice pictures by the tree. So we will be doing Animal Kingdom most of that day. We also scored a reservation for Sanaa at 5:30 that night. Now, we did not have Sanaa on our ADR list, but we did want to do Sanaa. Sanaa is very, very popular. It's really difficult to get a walk up sometimes, and I kind of thought this morning, once I'd done all of my ADR bookings, that why not? We'll just book one for Sanaa. We can easily change it if we change plans. So we've got a Sanaa booking for that day. The day after that, we're having kind of a rest day. We're just going to chill out in the morning and possibly go to Disney Springs on the night. I am craving Blaze Pizza and Polite Pig, not in the same day, but one of those I'd like to do that day. On the Monday, which is our day 5, we're going to go and do a full day at Hollywood Studios. We have got a booking for Roundup. I scored a lunchtime booking for Roundup. I absolutely love that restaurant. Their mac and cheese and the I can't remember what the beans are called, but the beans are just so good. I initially used to hate Toy Story. I just could not get into it, and then once I had my little boy, Toy Story has become like part of my life. You can see up there I have a Lotso Loungefly. I've got Lotsos behind me. So Woody's Roundup Rodeo has become like Crystal Palace, where every trip we have to do it. So we do have a reservation for Roundup. Now, the 8th of September, we have got Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party on the night time. This will be our third time of doing Mickey's. We did it in 2023 with the girls. Me and Richy did it in 2024. But it's just not the same when you don't have the kids with you. So this year, with it being Thomas's first time at this time of year, doing Mickey's was a no-brainer. It is pricey. Being DVC, we do get a discount off of the tickets, but it's a special ticketed event where there's specific shows, specific parades, there's specific foods and treats that you get, and the atmosphere is just, it's magical. And when we first did it in 2023, it actually makes you feel like you're a child again and you are trick-or-treating around Walt Disney World, and it was just magical. So we're taking Thomas to that on the morning, like what we did the previous 2 times that we went. We like to do a bit of Typhoon Lagoon on the morning. Now, Typhoon Lagoon is shutting on the 9th of September for its seasonal close. So Blizzard Beach will be the one to go to from the 9th. So I'm quite glad that we have managed to get in that day, because I've never done Blizzard Beach before. We just prefer the look and feel of Typhoon Lagoon. So that brings us to day 7, halfway through the trip. Now, day 7, we're going to be having a chill day because we've got Mickey's, which finishes quite late the night before. We're just going to relax that day. We have booked T-Rex for lunch at Disney Springs. Lucy really liked that. T-Rex it's brilliant. It's very similar to Rainforest Cafe, but it's all dinosaur themed. And they have the solar storms, and it's brilliant. We did it in 2023, and Thomas loves dinosaurs, so we thought that would be quite cool. Now, on day 8, we have got an event called Moonlight Magic. Now, Moonlight Magic is specific for DVC owners. It is a ticketed event. It is no charge for DVC owners, but you have to get in a kind of a queue to get the tickets for it. Now, we managed to get tickets for Moonlight Magic on that night. It's going to be at Epcot, and it's just going to be brilliant. You get a certain amount of credits that you can spend on different foods. There's special fireworks. It's quite good. So we've scored that. And then we're into kind of the second week, which is quite quiet, to be fair. We've got a couple of rest breaks. We've also got some shopping planned at Florida Mall. There's also a new Japanese store that we're wanting to try. We've seen that on YouTube. I think Super Enthused and Page of Miss Tomorrow have been, and it just looks fantastic. So we're going to try and find that. Luckily, we'll have the car, so we'll be able to go there. We've also got Space Kennedy Center booked for the 14th. Me and Richy did Space Kennedy Center back in 2024, and it's really good. Takes about an hour and a half to get there because you are out with Orlando, but it's fantastic. If you like everything to do with NASA and space, the first time we went, I wasn't a massive kind of space fan, but with the mission that was recently done, I kind of got right into it. So, and Thomas loves rockets, so we thought we'll go and do that again. So we've got the car, so we thought, why not? And they had a really good deal on attraction tickets, which was for every adult ticket you were purchasing, you were getting a child free. So that covered Hermione and Thomas, which was fab. So we do have NASA planned. We have also got a booking for 1900 Park Fair over at the Grand Floridian. We've never been there before, but Richy really wanted to do that one, so we've booked that. We've got a reservation for Ogre's Cantina at Hollywood Studios, and we also have planned Beacon Barrel and Tapanidos. So that brings me to advanced dining reservations. So advanced dining reservations you can book at 60 days out, which for us is today. With us being in the UK, it involves logging on, bang on 11 o'clock, hitting that F5 loads and loads of times, getting ready to make your reservations. We are avid planners, so we have everything planned out. And what we were aiming to get was August Cantina, Roundup, 1900 Park Fair, T-Rex, Tapanidos, Crystal Palace, and a Beacon Barrel. And we managed to get every single one of them with no problem at all. And I mean, I was still sat on there at 20 past 11 doing little bits and little tweaks, and there was plenty of reservations there. September does tend to be a quieter month, so I've never had an issue getting reservations. The only two that I couldn't book today was the Beacon Barrel and Tapanidos, and that is purely because it only allows you to book 10 days of your trip at a time. So on Tuesday I will be able to book those for the dates that I want. So we have had quite a successful trip planning. I'm quite OCD with planning anyway, so for me planning Disney trips is like second nature for me now. I absolutely I thrive in that environment. And I think when you get to the 60-day mark and it is advanced dining, everything just feels so real because everything is starting to take shape, you know. Before that, yeah, you've got your trip booked, but there's nothing really concrete in there. So once Mickey's tickets came out, that was fun. And then the advanced dining came out today and you get that done. And your plans start to really come together, and I think the excitement builds. Richy's even said I can get the suitcases out of the attic now, which I'm like super chuffed for. So for the next 60 days, it'll just be kind of solidifying everything that we need. We have started shopping, we have started looking at bits of technology that we want to take with us. I need another memory card for the DJI. This will be our first proper trip that we are vlogging, so I'm really nervous for it, but I think it'll be quite fun. What else have we got to do? We do need to purchase a suitcase for Thomas, and we're going to purchase some clothes and that from Hilara for me and Lucy for shorts. So it's really quite exciting, and I think the next 60 days are just going to fly. With us living in Scotland, the girls have just broken up for summer holidays, so by the time that they go back in August, we'll literally have 3 weeks, and then we go away again. So it's really quite exciting. So the next milestone for us will be 7 days out when we can book our lightning lanes. We don't go kind of crazy with the lightning lanes. We tend to use them more in the first week for things such as Guardians, getting on Tron, kind of all of your popular rides. We did book lightning lanes last year for Animal Kingdom, but it was so quiet. We did find that it was kind of wasted money. So I don't know if we're going to book some Genie Plus. Well, I say they're called lightning lanes. It's Genie Plus nowadays. So we might not book for Animal Kingdom. I think we're just going to play it by ear and see what happens. We are annual pass holders, so we've got our annual pass renewal coming up at the end of September as well. And I've also started looking for a trip for next year, which I think may be me and Richy going ourselves this time. So there's a lot of kind of exciting things coming. So that is our trip. That is our plans. And we're really excited to be vlogging the journey. So please do like and subscribe for this video, and hopefully you'll kind of enjoy it as much as what we do. And if anything, if you've not been to Disney before and you've got a family, I know that there's a lot of vloggers out there that have got families. Some are single couples. So if you do have a young family, you might look and go, oh my gosh, I want to do that. And you might even learn something along the way. Walt Disney World is fantastic. It's not just for kids, it's for adults too. There's something there for everybody. I'm even trying to sway my 70-year-old granddad to come with us. I say 70, he's getting closer to 80 all the time. So yeah, so we're excited to have you on our journey with us. If you want to ask any questions about DVC or being an annual pass holder, just pop them in the comments along the bottom, and I'm more than happy to answer them. So that is the start of our trip countdown. Our first proper planning vlog for this trip. I'm so happy with how ADR Day went. I'm really excited to keep sharing more of our planning countdown and the little moments leading up to the trip. Please do come over and pop us a follow on our Instagram. I share a lot over there. I'm quite active on there. And I hope to see you in our next vlog. So thank you. Bye.